Alright, let's take a look at some of my favorite tools for traditional painting and drawing, and I'll kind of give you a little bit of reasoning as to why that is. So we have the Strathmore Toned Tan paper book, sketchbook with 50 sheets. I like the size. I think it's pretty great for sketching on the go. You don't have a giant page that you need to try to cover up with a ton of artwork, so it's great for that. The toned paper works really well because of the other few tools that I'm going to show you that I like using. And that leads us into the Pentel pocket brush. Here it says Pentel made in Japan on the back side right here. And this was like a $12 or something like that pen. I don't remember. It may have cost a little bit more. It comes with these little ink cartridges that you snap into place. Overall, it's a solid pen, but the biggest criticism that I have for the pen is it sometimes leaks ink when the cartridge is getting lower. It'll just unnecessarily, with one or two strokes overfill. So I don't like that, but when it works really well. I like the pen. I wish it performed a little bit better. As a substitute to the ink pen, I have these Staedtler pigment liners, and they come in different sizes. I bought them as a little bundle pack at my local grocery store at Fred Meyer's or something like that. These are great for much more controlled strokes. It doesn't bleed ink, but the downside is you can't have those long brush strokes that you might see on something like this drawing back here. Alright, moving on. The complete opposite of that is the Jelly Roll pen, specifically in a white color. This is kind of a must-have for this specific sketchbook because of the great tones you can get out of it. So here you see on some cardboard-like paper in the background, I use the white to really pop the highlights on these tanks down here, and it contrasts really well with the darker ink along the shaded parts. So that's really, really great. Moving on, we have another really simple and cheap tool, the ballpoint pen. These are great. You buy them in a giant pack and you'll basically never run out. And they're really good for even shading because you can build up ink as you go. You can have light strokes and get in there and add a lot more. So really cool pen to get used to. Cheap, effective. I like it. For pencils, I have a couple of orange pencils that I bought that Jake Parker uses. I just tried them out, and they're pretty good, but I think it's one of these things that you have to personally get used to. So it's a Prismacolor, and the number is 264 orange. If you guys are interested in that, I bought a pack of these, so I use them from time to time. I don't know how I feel about them. Instead, for my regular pencil sketching, I like to use the ballpoint pen. I'll sometimes use my Derwent graphic pencils. It has HBs, 4Bs, all these different softness for the lead. So I sometimes experiment with that. And when I'm not feeling like using a standard pencil, I use this cheap random mechanical pencil I found. The mechanical pencils I like just because with very little effort, you can outline whatever stroke you want. So I might pick up a better mechanical pencil in the future, but while I have lead, I'm just going to use this one. And lastly, we come to the big boys, and that's the Copic markers. Now, I recommend that every single person, if you like traditional drawing and painting, you get a set of Copic sketch markers in one specific tone of gray. There's cold gray and there's warm gray, but I recommend that you get all the values in the scale so that you can have midtones and basically draw black and white. But then, if you want, you can introduce a little bit of color with one or two other markers, and that will sort of transform your entire painting. So I bought these, and I have refills for each one. This is what makes Copics really expensive, is you have to refill the markers. The markers themselves are like $3 to $4 each, and then a refill is around $2 or something like that. and it's enough to refill them. I forget how many times. I think it says on the back here. Yeah, like 25 times it says, but it's probably less than that. So the idea is get a full set and get a full set of refills, and you know, maybe you can skip the colors that you won't use the most. Let's say maybe the ones on the darkest end. You'll use them less often just because they're so much more potent. But yeah, the idea is the Copic markers. If you don't know how to refill these, it's pretty easy. You pop open the cap with the flat end, unscrew the refill bottle, and you keep dabbing on the refill color as it absorbs. If it absorbs really quickly, that means you can keep going. And just kind of eye it. Do this for a little bit. Takes a little bit of time, but yeah, that's how you refill the markers. After a while, it'll set in. The nibs can get destroyed after some time. I've had one dry out. It's really weird. But you can buy replacement nibs. All these things are like pretty cool. So professional grade stuff. The different tones work well on white paper if you don't want to use one of these, but they also work well with paper like this. So that's the main arsenal that I recommend for any artist, and if I had to stick to a specific set of tools, it would definitely be the tone paper with some ballpoint pens, an ink pen, a jelly roll pen, and some sort of markers in different tones. And color is, in my opinion, less important because it's much more dependent on, you know, if you have all your drawings are red, then fine, they're all red. But grayscale works for many things, and understanding values is very important too. So hope you guys enjoyed a very quick video, hopefully informative. Here's the, you know, some more of the sketches back here. It's just I think it was a little cover that I made in high school for drawings. So I've been doodling on it as it's right underneath my laptop. Anyways, guys, take it easy. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you next time. Peace.